Alright. R6. Well, we were gonna paint it, but someone wants it like this, so I put the fairings back on. And we did the carbs and tuned them up. So here's a startup on it. Actually, let me pull it out from its hole. I got a 636 next. There's a motor right there for it. Kid blew it up. Nice bike. I'll get into how we blew it up later. It's kind of ridiculous, but there's a new motor for it right there. Alright. So the time of truth. I actually had to start it already. Live. Yeah, baby. There's your head there, chilling. And I had this up to speed too already, so. The head's done. Alright. Needs tuning a little bit, but it runs and drives pretty good. Hopefully you did your head the same way, and it worked out the same way for you. These were different carbs, so I had to match everything back up and tune it back in, and it's still a little off, but it's good. So there's your R6 head done. Now that the fairings are on it, even though they're not the prettiest, but they're not, I guess some people might go for that, man. Anyway, a point to note is, I put it in like 4th gear, filled the motor oil, put some Marvel Mystery Oil in it, lubed everything up. Before I even started this, I rolled the back tire in 4th gear on the lift, just to get the flow and the oil through the system and into the head. I filled the oil filter up prior to installing it. You know, a couple things you want to do before you just go cranking on a motor with no oil in the head. We did add some, but you know, that's obviously not enough. I added just regular 1040, not synthetic, in it. It seems to be fine. I brought up to speed. I broke 100 on it, a little higher, maybe 125 a few times. You know, when I first put the head on, I wasn't just dogging the bike out, you know, popping wheelies and fucking hauling ass. I basically let it run, tuned it in, shut it off, you know, 30 minutes, checked everything out, made sure nothing was leaking, took it down the street, 1st, 2nd gear, 3rd gear, real low RPM, brought it up to about 50, 60, brought it back, chilled out, tuned it a little more, and after I felt it was going to work out, then I took it out, threw the gear on, and opened it up to see what it had, and it held. The clutches are good. So in the video when I said, you know, startup or blow up. I bought this bike not knowing what the bottom end was like. You know, how come it bent the valves in the first place? Was it the cam chain tensioner? Was it something else? Was it a rod? I mean, a bearing? But, you know, just manipulating the motor around in preparation for the head, you could see and feel that the motor bottom end was okay without taking it apart. So, you know, if your bike just bent a valve from over revving cam chain tensioner or just whatever, your bottom end's probably fine depending on the gears. But, you know, valve adjustments, 18K, 20K they say. This guy had this bike with 22,000, over revved it, jumped a tooth, stretch chain, bad cam chain tensioner, whatever. I got a new head from a 10,000 mile bike. You know, what's that mean for the motor? The lower end's still not done, so it's not a total rebuild, but it's still, the head's important. There's some leniency there, at least with when you sell it, or at least if you're going to own it, what you did to it. You know, there's a gray area there. I'm not even sure. You know, is it a rebuild or isn't it a rebuild? No, it's not a rebuilt motor. You know, it's not port and polished head. It's none of that shit. It's just a newer, less worked head on a bike that has basically 20,000 miles on it with a 10,000 mile head. And maintenance. All right, guys. Good luck with yours.